Good afternoon, traders. It is Wednesday, August 24th, 2016, and the U.S. stock market is closed. We had a pretty bad day today. Uh, you know, last night I told you about this Lanet company trade, how it had jumped wildly in the aftermarket. Um, that really didn't change, but it was one of those days that started out fantastic and then it got worse and worse, and pretty soon we were neutral, and then we went pretty badly negative by the end of the day. Very disappointing. I took a screenshot 5 minutes after the open, and we had positive $12,000, which is up very significantly from our negative open trade balance from yesterday. Had I had a crystal ball, I should have just hit the exit all positions at that point, 5 minutes into the day, shut off the darn computer and gone fishing. I would be way ahead today, but of course we trade a system, and sometimes it works and sometimes it didn't, and today things just went from good to bad to pretty terrible by the end of the day. These are the statistics. I had called the Dow up for today. You can see what happened here. It opened, never was positive all day. It opened down, went quite a bit lower, tried to rally. It might have gotten a point or two. No, it never got positive even up there. And then it failed pretty badly at the end. If I'm looking at that chart and just analyzing it normally, I would definitely call the Dow down for tomorrow. But this thing is acting so weird lately. I'm going to be a contrarian, and I'm going to call the Dow up again for tomorrow. We'll see. I'm probably wrong, but I'm going to call it up. Okay, what happened? We ended up closing out just shy of negative $10,000 on our closed out trades, and I'll show you some of the stuff that happened today that resulted in that big loss. And we got into 13 new positions. I think most of that was from this rally here. We got into 13 new positions. 3 are positive, 10 are negative. Amazingly, with that horrible ratio, we're only down $1,600. But the reason we're only down that much is we have 2 fantastic trades in that bunch, and I'm going to show those to you also in a second. We hadn't had these 2 fantastic trades, this would have just been a really bloodletting day. As it is, it's just a bad day. Anyway, let's look at some of these trades. Something happened that was so unusual today. A couple of things happened that was unusual, but one of the things that are unusual, we trade the Bio Bull stock, which is LABU, and we also trade the Bio Bear stock, which is LABD. And if you can believe it, we got into both those positions today. Well, you can't make money in both of them, so I'm showing you the horrible one first. This is LABU, which is the Bio Bull and Biotech Bull. And we got into this right out of the gate this morning. It actually held on and got positive almost into the second hour. and then it started to fail and fail, and then it really started to fail, and then something happened that is equally strange. We got a day of entry exit. That turns this thing is so bad we had to day trade out of it. And this is really rare for us. It's been months since we had a day of entry exit, but it happened today in the bio bull. And this one was really costly. That cost us nearly $6,000 negative, a really kick in the butt. If we somehow we could have avoided this, our our closed out trades would not have been so bad. But this obviously contributed significantly to this negative nearly $10,000 that we closed out today. Okay, that's the bad news. Now I'll show you. This is the Bio Bear, LABD, and we didn't get into this probably about the 4th hour there, but it just kept going screaming, and we're carrying open trade of $4,500 positive in the Bio Bear. So the Bio Bear came fairly close to canceling out that loss on the Bio Bull. So that was real good. This was our 3rd best trade. Let me show you the 2 best trades. Very interesting. This is Lanet Company that I was talking to you yesterday that jumped wildly in the aftermarket yesterday. We had actually exited Lanet yesterday. We had, I think, about $1,300 profit right there. And then we get back into it. It didn't do anything after we got back into it. I think we were down like $30 on this yesterday. And then look at this humongous gap. Of course, we knew this thing was going to gap yesterday in the aftermarket because it went way up here. Look, we're closing here at about 32.5, and it actually hit 40 near the open here. When this thing is up here at the very top, it's up like $11,000 or something like that. And then, of course, it starts to fail and fail and fail. And this pattern just wasn't everything we traded today. It just got worse and worse and worse. But then it did come back here at the end, which I'm very encouraged by. We are still, even with this movement off of this very high, we're still holding $6,500 positive in Lanet Company, and because it came back like this at the end, I am optimistic that this thing could go up some tomorrow, and we'll get out of that really fine, really good trade there, no doubt about it. Now I'll show you. This is the monster, and you know something? If we didn't have this thing in our portfolio, we'd be really hurting right now. I mean, we haven't had real good days recently. But because we've had this in our portfolio, things have not been bad. This is JDST, which is inverse gold. So this thing's going to go up when gold's going down. This, gold's been just crashing lately. And 4 days ago, we bought this thing. We held on to it the second day and then got out yesterday. This doesn't look like a good place to go out, but regardless, we took $5,000 out of inverse gold right there. And then all day long yesterday, this thing climbs and climbs. We ended up re-entering it with less than 30 minutes to go in the day. And I just saw that and I groaned. There's probably $5,000 here that we missed out right here yesterday, and then we get in right in the end. I thought, oh God, we're going to get killed. We're going to get killed. Oh, we didn't get killed. Look at this thing today. This thing just screams. and we are holding over $11,000 in inverse gold JDST going into tomorrow, and this thing closes almost on its high. So we'll just have to see what happens, but I'm very encouraged by that. So between these last two trades that we took in JDST, we have $16,000 in profits. But we're still open trade on this last one here, but I think we're going to do just fine with that. So we got some big downs and some big ups, a lot of volatility in these stocks, but ultimately we will make money with volatility. So I'm not discouraged, and you know, a $10,000 closed out loss, okay, we can survive that. We've had a lot of good trading recently. Anyway, that's the way it went this Wednesday. This is Trader Bob signing off. See you tomorrow on Thursday.